Welcome back, everyone, to episode 6 of the 1 Million Project Vision 1, and today is about capital. So, about capital. In general, you should aim for more capital and not more risk. Now, how do you get more capital? There are basically two ways. So, one way is indeed trading with more risk. Now, obviously, that could go the other way around. You could lose your capital, you could lose all of it and not increase it. Now, another option, obviously, is getting funded with a firm, meaning prop firms, prop accounts. Now, for most countries, 100k to 200k is the minimum to live comfortably monthly with a 2 RR, which you're able to risk a month with 1% risk, meaning on 200,000, if you risk 1% and you make 2R, that's 4k minus the fee that the prop firm gets. So with that you can live comfortably in most Western countries. Sometimes you would need more. Many countries have gotten very expensive. In general, you should try in a year. You should take a lot of time for this. Don't rush it. You should try to get funded with 400k to 1 million at least. And I will in the future one day make a video about funding firms, the firms that I trust the most. For now, I'm not getting paid by any firm, but for now I would just be careful with prop firms. There's only really one that I trust the most, and it's the most famous one and basically the oldest retail prop firm. I'm not saying the name, but it starts with an F. And there are several others that are pretty good right now, but it's not that many. So you could get to 1 million easily with these firms over some, some time, which could be a year, could be half a year, so that's fine. But yeah, there are these two ways, and I advise you to do both, but with reasonable management. Obviously, funding firms have the risk of getting bust, scamming you, running away. It's not the safest regulated industry. Nevertheless, there are some pretty solid firms, and if you stick to a reasonable risk management, they will definitely pay you. And I know that this one firm has paid out a lot of money, and yeah, for now they are reliable, but there aren't that many. Now, obviously, with personal capital, you either need more capital or more risk or more time. It's one of these three variables, but it's up to you, basically. I simply want to advise you to, in all ways, in all possibilities, get more capital, because once you have more, you can do less, you can risk less and make more money. It's just better, and statistically it's working in your favor if your strategy works, if you're following mine anyways. Now, another thing with capital, it's not only about financial capital that you should be concerned about. You should also be concerned about emotional capital, meaning, I've said it before, the more knowledge you have, not only about the markets, how they work, about the strategy, but also about yourself. Because nobody knows you as good as you should know yourself. So you should do a proper analysis and checkup on yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, and basically your advantages and disadvantages. Journal them and focus on the things you need to improve to increase your capital, your emotional capital. And this also comes down to personal strength and optimism, because in this world there aren't many people who will help you, who will care about you. Most people are concerned about themselves. And that is a sad reality, but it's true. And most people don't want something bad for you, but they simply haven't enough time or resources to care or to even help you. And so this is why you need to develop some personal strength to stick through the hard times, no matter what you're going through. And again, remember, like, we're coming from so many different places, different backgrounds, different family. It's different countries. It's really like you can't generalize these things. For some people, getting $100 is so hard to do, and for other people, 10K is nothing. And other people have the resources. They maybe have an uncle who's trading. For other people like myself, like, I'm the first in a family who studied. I'm the first in a family who is approaching trading. They all think it's gambling, it's not working. It's just a different mindset and a different place for everyone and everybody. But again, focus on yourself, build that strength, focus on your own strengths that you already have, and be optimistic about the future. No matter how grim and bad it looks, there's always hope and light. And you basically must convince yourself and others, but mostly yourself, that you can do this. It's about yourself. And so convince yourself that you can do this. There's no way around this. You will not walk away. You will master this. And if you fall down, you will simply get back up again. And last but not least, focus on the process. And the process is also about accumulating more capital. Here's the thing. If you don't have any, start small. I started so small that it sucked. It so fucking sucked to be at this stage and have so few money to start with. It's a shame. It sucked, but it is what it is. You have to make the best with what you have. There's no way around this. So start with what you have and focus on the process, and don't expect anything in the first weeks, even first months. And when you have learned and you start the journey and you follow the process, then again, don't even try to plan a vacation, some luxury, some car, whatever. Don't. Just focus on the process, execute, let money come in, and then you can start to withdraw and manage this and get more. And with more money comes more opportunities. You just got to be patient for this and never give up. Because again, compounding, and that is also about emotional capital. Compounding works in all areas. It works with knowledge, it works with money. So, and even with problems, you can compound problems, you know? So focus on the good stuff and pick yourself up again. Like, don't let life, let the system push you down, no matter how hard it is. It's your own timing. Don't focus. This is another fact why social media is so toxic, because you are under the impression that you must do what this other person does, but you don't know that person's life. Like, this person could come from a totally different background, have a rich father, whatever. You don't see it. And so if this person has lost 10K, starts again, maybe it's not a pain for them. You don't know this. So focus on yourself and don't compare yourself in your journey with other people. That's what I had to do. Like, I started trading pretty early, but not early enough. I could have started in school, but just hadn't the chance. I didn't know about trading back then. And I then started pretty early, but it took me a very long time to master this because I was basically broken. Like, I myself had so many problems, personal stuff still have that I'm focusing on, which took so much time, and it pissed me off because I basically couldn't achieve what other people achieved in less time. And this is because I compared myself to those people. And I don't even know them. I don't know from which background they're coming from. Obviously, I had a lot to deal with and a lot to get through, and this all alone. I had nobody that basically said, yeah, do it like this, blah, blah, blah. No, I had no one. And this is why I'm doing this course, because no matter where you're coming from, you should have the opportunity to make it and to make something out of your life and to pick yourself up again. And if it takes me to tell you this, okay, fine, cool. If it doesn't take me, even better, then you're on the right path. Now, respect all of this and try to, in both ways, accumulate more capital.